The chamber of the Galactic Council was built to humble anyone who entered. Its ceiling rose higher than most city towers. Lights shimmered across the metal walls, and banners of dozens of alien empires hung from polished beams. The round table, at the center, could seat 300, but still it seemed too small for the weight of the decisions made there. The guards posted at the doors watched carefully as the human delegate, Commander Ilara Voss, walked in. They had seen her before, but today felt different. She walked with slow steps, head held high as if she carried no fear at all. Every alien eye in the chamber turned toward her. Some narrowed in suspicion, others showed curiosity. A few even showed hidden fear. Ilara knew what they were thinking. Humans were new to this great assembly of galactic powers. Earth had only joined a few decades ago, and many still thought of humans as weak, primitive, and unfit to stand among the stars. But the Council had made a mistake. They underestimated what courage looked like. When Ilara reached her place at the table, silence stretched across the chamber. Her voice was calm when she spoke, but there was steel inside it. "You called us here to listen," she said, scanning the gathered rulers. "But I will not sit quietly. Humanity has a voice, and today you will hear it." The room stirred. Murmurs echoed through translators, hisses and clicks bouncing off the walls. The Vethan ambassador, a tall reptilian creature with scales that shimmered like polished stone, leaned forward. His eyes glowed faintly as he spoke. "Human, do not mistake tolerance for respect. Your world is small. Your fleets are fewer than the patrol ships of a single empire. You are here as observers, nothing more." Ilara did not flinch. "Observers?" She let the word linger, then shook her head. "When pirates raided the Kareth border colonies, it was not your fleets that drove them away. It was human ships. When the plague spread across Sura's moons, it was human doctors who stayed when others fled. When war nearly broke out between two of your proud empires, it was humans who stood between your fleets and spoke peace." Her voice grew stronger. "So tell me again, are we only observers?" The words struck like thunder. The chamber grew restless. Some delegates whispered quickly to aides. Some leaned back in their seats, studying her with new eyes. At the far end of the table, Counselor Trell, a being of shifting crystal and light, raised one glowing hand. "Enough." His voice rang deep like chimes struck in a storm. "Human courage is not questioned here, but courage is not power. Do not mistake the kindness of this council for weakness, Commander Voss." Ilara met his gaze. "And do not mistake humanity's patience for submission." The chamber froze. For a moment, even the machines that filtered the air seemed to pause. She knew she had gone too far in their eyes. A junior species was never meant to speak so boldly in this hall. But Ilara had chosen her path before she entered. She had decided she would not bow. A slow ripple of sound filled the chamber as the counselors reacted. Some hissed in anger. Others clapped their claws together in approval. A few simply watched with unreadable eyes. Then, the Zoric representative rose. The Zoric were insectoid, towering and sharp, with mandibles like blades. Their wars had once burned half the stars around them. Their voice clicked through the air. "The human speaks truth," the Zoric said. "When our mining fleet was trapped in the void storms, it was human engineers who found a path. When our warriors bled, it was human medics who saved them. Humanity has earned the right to be heard." The declaration sent a shock through the Yao chamber. No one expected the Zoric, once enemies of all, to defend a human. Ilara nodded in respect to the insectoid leader. She had not counted on allies, but sometimes respect came from the unlikeliest corners. The council debate stretched long. Accusations, defenses, and counter-arguments filled the hall. Through it all, Ilara stood firm. Her confidence never wavered. She answered every question, met every threat with calm strength, and refused to let fear show on her face. Hours later, the council adjourned. The matter of humanity's place in the galaxy was far from settled, but the balance had shifted. No longer could anyone ignore the humans sitting among them. As Ilara left the chamber, the same guards who had watched her enter stood straighter. Their eyes followed her not with suspicion now, but with something else. Perhaps respect. Perhaps worry. Outside, beneath the endless stars, Ilara exhaled. She had faced the might of the galaxy and had not broken. But she knew this was only the beginning. Her words would echo. And echoes, once born, could not be silenced. The galaxy had taken its first real look at humanity, and it would never forget. The stars stretched endlessly outside the human fleet as Commander Ilara Voss watched the sensors flicker. She stood on the bridge of the Resolute, her ship humming with quiet power. The Council's chamber had changed little in the galaxy's opinion, but the real test was still ahead. Words were one thing, actions were another. Ilara's crew moved efficiently around her. Every human aboard understood their mission, and every human aboard trusted her. That trust was something rare in the galaxy. Many species relied on hierarchy, fear or tradition. Humans relied on courage, logic, and instinct. "Commander," said Lieutenant Rin, pointing to the main screen, "we've detected a fleet approaching. It's large. Definitely not friendly." Ilara's eyes narrowed. The scanners confirmed her instincts. Hundreds of alien ships, sleek and armed with weapons humans had never seen before. Their approach was precise, coordinated, and unrelenting. "Identity?" she asked calmly. "No response to hails," Rin said. "They're using stealth protocols, but they're heading straight for the human colonies near Kara Prime." Ilara took a deep breath. The Council had debated humanity's role, but the galaxy didn't care about debates when lives were at stake. This was real. This was war, or at least a test of survival. "Prepare the fleet," she ordered. "Alert the colonies. We move out." Within the hour, the human fleet had assembled, ships of all sizes lined up under the command of the Resolute. Humans were outnumbered, yes, but they were not afraid. Fear was not in their nature. It had never been. As the alien armada appeared on the horizon of space, their ships glinting, in the light of distant stars, Ilara made her move. "Formation Delta," she commanded. "Evasive patterns but maintain cohesion. We hold nothing back." The human ships responded instantly. Their engines flared with energy as they weaved through the void. The alien fleet was massive, but humans were unpredictable. They moved faster, attacked smarter, and thought in ways no alien strategy could anticipate. "Commander, they're targeting the colony's orbital defenses," Rin said. "They'll break through in minutes." Ilara's jaw tightened. "Not if we're first," she said. "All units, engage now. Protect Kira Prime at all costs." The battle began with a silent flash. Lasers streaked across space, and explosions lit the void. The humans moved as one, almost like they could read each other's minds. Alien ships, though larger and more numerous, faltered at the unexpected tactics. Ilara piloted the Resolute directly into the thick of the fight. Her presence inspired the fleet. Humans fought with precision, courage, and innovation. They adapted quickly when alien weapons behaved differently than expected. Every strike they dodged, every maneuver they performed, made the aliens hesitate. On the bridge, Rin watched in awe. "Commander, how do they do it? They're coordinating like one mind." Ilara smiled faintly. "Humans trust each other. That's stronger than any protocol or command structure." Despite the heavy fire, the human fleet pressed forward. They targeted the alien command vessels first, aiming to break leadership and cause chaos. The aliens had never faced an enemy that didn't flee, panic, or hesitate. Humans stood firm. Humans countered every move. Hours passed in what felt like minutes. The void became a canvas of streaking lights, explosions, and metal fragments drifting in silence. And yet, the human fleet held. They pushed back the invaders with courage and ingenuity. Finally, the alien flagship faltered. Without its guidance, the rest of the enemy fleet scattered. Some fled into the dark stretches of space. Others surrendered, unsure what to do against a species they had underestimated. Ilara watched the aftermath with a mix of relief and caution. "We won today," she said softly. "But this is only the beginning. The galaxy now knows what humanity can do, and some will remember, and some will fear. On Kira Prime, the colonies sent messages of thanks. Humans had saved lives without hesitation. They had stood firm where others might have fled, and across the galaxy whispers began. The humans were not weak. The humans were something else entirely. That night, in her quarters aboard the Resolute, Ilara looked out at the stars. They seemed unchanged, distant, silent. Yet she knew the galaxy had shifted even if the stars themselves did not move. Her communicator buzzed. It was a message from the Zoric ambassador, the insectoid leader who had spoken in the council chamber. Commander Voss, you have earned our respect. The galaxy watches closely now. Expect challenges. Ilara responded with a simple message. We will meet them, and humanity will stand. She turned away from the viewport. The next battles would come, she knew. But tonight, humans had proven themselves, and sometimes, that proof was all the galaxy needed to start believing. The news of humanity's victory spread faster than any transmission the galaxy had ever seen. Across multiple systems, the broadcasts of humans standing against overwhelming odds were replayed, analyzed, and debated. Some empires laughed at first, unwilling to believe a young species could achieve such feats. Others watched in silence, unsure what it meant for their own fleets and colonies. On the bridge of the Resolute, Commander Ilara Voss reviewed incoming reports. Her crew worked efficiently, relaying communications from ambassadors, colonies, and allies. The humans had done something remarkable. They had not only defended Kira Prime but had also gained the attention of powers that had never noticed them before. Lieutenant Rin leaned over the console. Commander, the Karathan Sura, colonies are sending offers of cooperation. They want joint training exercises, technology exchanges, and fleet coordination. They want humans as partners. Ilara nodded thoughtfully. They want humans because they saw what we can do. They want safety. But they also want to learn. We can give that carefully. Beyond the immediate celebrations, however, there was unease. Across the stars, other powers were watching, plotting, and considering their next moves. Some envied humanity. Some feared it. Some saw humans as a new obstacle in the games they had played for centuries. The Galactic Council, which had once questioned humanity's worth, now held emergency meetings. The Vethan ambassador, scales glinting with anger, banged a claw on the table. How can they, a fledgling species, hold their own against the armadas of experienced empires? This is unacceptable. We must act. Councillor Trell, the being of Shifting Crystal, spoke calmly. We underestimated humans, now the galaxy cannot ignore them. But caution is needed. They are not reckless. They are strong. And strength, if mishandled, can destabilize the balance of power. Ilara, listening through secure channels, remained composed. She had expected this. Recognition often came with jealousy and suspicion. The galaxy rarely rewarded new players without consequences. Back aboard the Resolute, Ilara addressed her fleet. Today, humans have proven what we are capable of. Tomorrow the galaxy will test us. There will be challenges, and not all will come with warnings. We must remain vigilant, united, and smart. Fear is a choice we will not make. Courage is the path we take. Her crew responded with determination. Humans had faced danger before, and each trial only strengthened their bonds. The galaxy might have fleets that outnumbered theirs, but humans had something more valuable: creativity, adaptability, and a willingness to stand where others hesitated. As days passed, the humans received formal recognition from multiple allies. Training exchanges began, and human engineers shared technology in controlled ways. Colonies once isolated now looked to humanity as a symbol of hope. And yet, the darker currents of the galaxy moved quietly, unnoticed by most. One night, aboard the Resolute, Ilara studied the map of nearby systems. A new blip appeared on the sensor grid, one that had not been there before. It was moving fast, and its energy signature was unlike anything humans had catalogued. Rin, what is it? Ilara asked. Unknown, Commander. No readings match it. It's coming from the outer rim heading directly toward human space. Ilara's jaw tightened. Alert the fleet. Full readiness. Keep communication channels open, but do not engage unless necessary. We observe first, then act. The Resolute and its fleet moved with silent precision, ready to confront whatever came. For humans, preparation was key. They would not act rashly, but they would not wait while a threat grew. Meanwhile, on Kira Prime, ambassadors gathered to celebrate humanity's courage. Their voices spoke admiration and gratitude, but behind, the smiles, whispers of concern traveled quickly. If humans could defend a colony from one fleet, what could they do against more? Some saw hope, some saw danger. Back on the bridge of the Resolute, Ilara's communicator buzzed again. It was a message from the Zoric ambassador. Commander, Voss, the situation you face may be more than a fleet. Trust in your instincts and your people. The galaxy watches, and so do those who lurk in silence. Ilara studied the stars beyond the viewport. Silence stretched across the void, but she felt the weight of unseen eyes. The galaxy was changing. Humans had made themselves known, but recognition often came with challenges humans could not yet see. Still, she was not afraid. Humans did not wait for permission to act, nor did they shrink from danger. They adapted, they learned, and they stood firm where others wavered. The fleet moved closer to the unknown blip. The tension in the void was tangible, Ilara whispered to herself, more for her own resolve than anyone else's. The galaxy may watch, but humanity will not bow. Not now, not ever. Her crew felt it too, the unspoken certainty that humans were not like other. The void ahead was dark and silent. The human fleet, led by the Resolute, moved cautiously toward the strange energy signature. Commander Ilara Voss stood on the bridge, her eyes scanning the sensors. Something about the blip was different. It was intelligent, precise, and deliberate. Commander, Lieutenant Rin said, pointing to the screens, the readings are changing. It's almost like it knows we are watching. Ilara's brow furrowed. Then we adjust, maintain formation. Keep the fleet ready, but do not fire unless we're attacked. Let's understand it first. The fleet moved forward, tension rising with every passing second. Space itself seemed heavier here, the stars dimmer as though the unknown presence absorbed the light around it. Every human on the ships felt it, a strange pressure but not fear. Humans had faced the unknown before and they thrived under it. Suddenly, the blip expanded. A massive ship, unlike any humans had catalogued, materialized from the darkness. Its surface shimmered with an energy that refracted the starlight, making it impossible to see its true shape. It moved smoothly, silently, and yet every movement seemed deliberate, intelligent. The aliens aboard the human fleet tensed, their claws and scales reflecting the dim light. Many had never seen a vessel like this. Many whispered that no human weapon could penetrate it. Ilara's voice was calm, but commanding. All units, hold your fire. Observe. Understand. This may be our first chance to communicate before conflict begins. A deep hum resonated through space. The strange ship emitted a pulse that reached the human sensors. It was rhythmic, almost like a heartbeat, and yet mechanical. Lieutenant Rin translated the pulses, converting them into data patterns. Commander, Rin said, it's sending a signal. It's attempting communication. Ilara stepped forward. Open the channel. Use every known universal code. Let them know humans are listening. The ship's pulses shifted, and soon a voice, or at least something close to a voice, resonated through the fleet's communication systems. The words were unfamiliar, yet somehow structured. Rin worked, quickly decoding patterns, and a message emerged. You are not alone. Your courage is noted. Do not mistake observation for weakness. Ilara smiled faintly. Humans had faced fear, isolation, and danger many times. Now, even this unknown presence acknowledged them. She responded calmly, We are humans. We do not seek war, but we will defend our people. Who are you? The response came in a series of pulses that formed words more clearly this time. We are the Arathi. We have watched the galaxy for cycles. Many species rise and fall. You are different. The words caused murmurs across the human fleet. The Arathi were a species thought to exist only in legends, a silent observer of the galaxy, never interfering directly, only noting which species could survive the trials of time. Alara's heart beat steadily. Why appear now? She asked. Your courage has been shown. Your unity. Your adaptation. Others ignore these traits. You have survived when many would fall. We will test you. Rin glanced at her nervously. Commander, test? What does that mean? Alara's eyes narrowed, but her voice remained firm. It means they recognize our strength. They are not threats. Yet. But we must remain prepared. Humans always are. Without warning, the Arathi ship moved closer, but not in attack. Instead, holographic projections filled the void, showing simulations of human colonies, fleets, and strategies. The Arathi were observing, challenging humans to prove their resilience, intelligence, and courage. Alara understood immediately. This was not a battle of firepower. It was a test of mind and will, a test of humanity's unique strengths. Fleet, she said. We have been watched. Now we must show what humanity is capable of. Observe, adapt, and respond. Every decision matters. Every move counts. The humans engaged in the simulations, reacting to scenarios, improvising solutions, and displaying ingenuity that no algorithm could predict. The alien allies within the fleet watched in awe as humans anticipated problems, coordinated flawlessly, and adapted instantly to changing circumstances. Hours passed. The simulations grew more complex, more unpredictable, and yet the humans never wavered. Alara guided them, her leadership calm, precise, and inspiring. She had led humans through real battle, and now she led them through a trial of intellect and spirit. Finally, the Arathi vessel emitted a low, steady pulse. It communicated a single phrase through the translators. Acknowledged. You are worthy. Humanity is stronger than many believe. Continue your path, and the galaxy will take notice. The message left the fleet in stunned silence. Humans had not only survived the test, they had impressed one of the most mysterious and powerful species in the galaxy. Alara looked at her crew. We have done more than survive, she said quietly. We have shown what humanity is capable of. We will be remembered, and the galaxy will never underestimate us again. As the Arathi ship disappeared into the darkness, the human fleet felt a quiet pride. Humans had faced unknown threats before and had always adapted. Now, even a species thought untouchable had recognized them. Alara stood at the viewport gazing at the stars. Humanity's journey was far from over, but they had proven one thing. Courage, unity, and intelligence could face anything. And in the vast galaxy, that made all the difference. The galaxy had changed. Word of humanity's courage, ingenuity, and adaptability traveled faster than any starship. Across systems, ambassadors, explorers, and fleets whispered the same truth. Humans were no longer the quiet observers of galactic politics. They were a force to be reckoned with. Commander Alara Voss stood on the bridge of the Resolute, looking out at the glittering stars. She could see the distant lights of allied colonies now joined with human forces. Ships of many species patrolled, in coordinated formations. Humans had not only proven themselves in battle, but they had also created bonds that would last for cycles. Commander, Lieutenant Rin said, stepping up to her console. Reports from the Council are coming in. The Vathan, Jorik, and Sura representatives have formally recognized humanity's contributions. They've invited us to participate in high-level strategic discussions. Even some of the older empires are requesting meetings. Alara smiled, faintly. It's not recognition we seek, she said quietly. It's respect. And they have learned that respect is earned, not demanded. Rin nodded. They will remember. Every battle, every decision, every time humans stood when others faltered, they will remember. The galaxy had indeed remembered. The Kara Prime victory, the stand against the unknown fleet, and the challenge from the Erythea had combined into a story told throughout countless systems. Humans had proven they could face overwhelming odds and emerge not just victorious, but smarter and stronger than anyone expected. Outside, the fleet moved in coordinated elegance. Every ship, whether human or allied, reflected the values humans had shown: courage, unity, and quick thinking. The galaxy's fleets had never seen anything like it. Alara turned to her communications console. Messages poured in from faraway colonies, offering congratulations, suggestions, and collaboration proposals. The humans were no longer just survivors. They were teachers, allies, and symbols of hope. Even the Galactic Council, once hesitant to accept humanity as equals, now consulted them on matters of strategy, trade, and defense. Commander Alara had not sought this power. She had only sought to protect her people. But the galaxy had rewarded strength and integrity in ways no one could ignore. A soft hum came from the sensors. Rin glanced at the screen. Commander, 1 of the outer colonies report strange readings, similar to what we saw from the Erythea but smaller. Could be a scout vessel or something new. Alara considered the message. Humans will face challenges as long as stars shine, she said calmly. But we are ready. Every test makes us stronger. Every unknown makes us wiser, and we will always protect our people. As the fleet moved through space, humans and their allies formed new alliances. They exchanged knowledge, shared technology, and coordinated defenses. The galaxy began to understand that humanity's strength was not in sheer firepower, but in the combination of courage, ingenuity, and the ability to inspire others. In the council chambers, a debate began. Older species argued about the risks of humans rising too fast, but younger and mid-tier species spoke in favor, pointing to the humans' victories, their ability to act decisively, and the unity they inspired among other species. Slowly, a new balance of power formed, one that included humanity as a key player. Alara watched the stars outside, reflecting on how far humanity had come. From a small, overlooked world, humans had stood against pirates, alien armadas, and even the judgment of the galaxy itself. Each time they had proven themselves through courage, cleverness, and unity. She remembered the first council meeting, when alien ambassadors sneered at humans as weak. She remembered the battle over Kira Prime, where the human fleet had faced overwhelming odds. She remembered the Erythea's test, where humans had confronted the unknown and emerged worthy of recognition. Every challenge had strengthened them. Commander, Rin said softly, the galaxy may never fully understand humans, but they will never underestimate us again. Alara nodded. They don't have to understand us, they just have to remember, and humanity will always stand ready, ready to protect, ready to fight, ready to rise. As the fleet passed through, the stars, the humans carried a quiet pride. Not arrogance, not fearsome,